people always surprise you, you know? And I think all too often, we are not as self-critical as we should be, you know? Even if you consider yourself a progressive or a liberal.
I'm all for doing that.
A lot of the time, I've met liberals or progressive where I go, like sometimes in their progressiveness, they will be racist, but in a patronizing way, you know? And as a comedian, I love playing with that. I don't think I've figured out race. I think it's a constantly evolving thing. Even though it's a construct, we have to admit it's a construct that we are still living within right now. And I'm always fascinated by how those types of things happen. One of my favorite examples was a random story for me during the Euro, the Euro football championships. And I'll never forget, it was the Dutch football team. They were training, and this was in, I think it was the Czech Republic, or it was one of those countries where they were hosting the tournament. And the players were training, and the stadium was empty, save for a few fans. And then people started throwing bananas onto the pitch, you know, and it became a huge story. Oh, racist incident. My favorite, though, was in the telling of the story, was the Dutch captain who said, you know, these fans were in the stands, and they started making monkey sounds and throwing bananas onto the pitch. And the Dutch captain, you know, he lambasted them, and he apologized to all the black players. He said, hey, I'm sorry for this, it's racist. And in that moment, I said, but how do you know that the bananas were aimed at the black guy? Because there are 22 people on the pitch, and this is a training session, it's just the Dutch team, there was no one else there. Someone threw the banana, and immediately the guy was like, man, I'm so sorry about that. And you go, why are you sorry? Because they throw the bananas, they're racist. And I was always like, you know, if one guy said, well, how do you know that banana's for me? He's like, well, I know it's not for me. I mean, why would you throw a banana at me? And I found that funny. I was like, just the implied notion that you would think, you would immediately go, well, look, you are the banana, I'm offended for you. But that's your banana, my friend. And that's sometimes what happens, is even on the liberal side, if you're not careful, it is almost a patronizing thing. That it's an overcorrection sometimes that happens where the racism spills the other way. And as a person of color, sometimes you're just going like, wait, what just happened here? I find it interesting.